Hey, I'm Primitive Tim, and today we're going to be checking out how to make Tinder bundles. Now we're going to use a few different materials, so we're going to check out cedar, a few different types of grasses, and also some palm fibers as well for our Tinder bundle, or it's also known as a bird nest. This little tree here is the cedar tree, and the bark of the cedar tree makes an excellent Tinder bundle. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start peeling off bark. Now once you get some of the outer bark off, what you can do is just start rubbing it, and this will cause it to come off as well. And you get these nice little rolls of fibers here. Now once we get a good handful, what we want to do is we basically just want to crush this up. In our Tinder bundle, we want a lot of surface area. Without all that surface area, our fire is going to have a hard time lighting. So it's important that we crush this up, maybe roll it around in our hands a little bit. But that surface area is absolutely critical. Now this grass right here is really fine at the ends. So we're gonna bust off some of these tops here. Like this right here, that'd be perfect. And let's see here. So this will make for a good Tinder bundle, but I'm not sure what type of grass this is, and there's another type just back here, so we're gonna try out both of them. I'm gonna call that bullgrass, and I'm gonna call this soft grass, just so we can tell the difference. Now with this stuff, what you wanna do is you wanna roll it up. And any little rigid areas, like this right here, you wanna get that out. And so I'm just gonna crunch it up, and whenever I feel something poking into my hand, I'm gonna pull that out, because if it's rigid like that, it's not gonna hold a coal well at all. And so you just wanna work it like that. Oh, there's something rigid there. So once I get to the point where I can just squish it and not feel anything poking into my hand, then it's probably good. And I'll be able to use this for my Tinder bundle here in a second. Now this right here, this is bullgrass. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these dead soft parts. I don't really want the stalk of it so much. Mostly just these soft leaves that are dead. And so I'm just gonna gather a good handful of these. So once I've gathered up a good handful, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna break it down, and crunch it up into a ball like this. And again, if I feel anything poking into my hand, oh, here's something like that, then I just want to get rid of it. So I'll take this back and use it in a second. Now right in here of the palm tree, this is a sable palm, there's a bunch of fibers in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and utilize those and pull them out. And I'll use this for a Tinder bundle as well. And with all my Tinder bundles, I like to just grab them and crush them up a little bit, just to kind of get that surface area up a little bit. That way, when that coal hits it, it's gonna have something to go into and start to burn. Because it's those small amounts of dust that will extend the coal and make it grow. All right, so I've got a little coal in here from the fire. And so we're just gonna kind of enclose it a little bit. And what we want to do is get that coal growing. Now as you blow on it, it'll actually move through the bundle. So you want to make sure you turn it right so that it's not going to go all the way through. Now cedar doesn't like to flame up, so make sure you have plenty of it. And actually I didn't get enough here, and so I'm not sure if I can even get a flame out of it. But you can tell you can definitely grow that coal and get a lot of smoke out of it. But yeah, I didn't get enough tinder here. Oh, there was some flame real quick. But yeah, get a lot more than I got here. So we're gonna move on to, let's see. Let's go on to the soft grass here. See if we can grab another coal. Here's a coal, this should work. So once I get my coal in here, I wanna make sure it's smoking and it's not gonna die out. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a blow just to light it up here. So I want to get that down in here, so I'm going to cover that up. And I like to just cover it up a little bit, so when I blow on it I can still see the glow. And then I can give it I can bury a little bit more and then give it another blow, and you'll see there's more smoke coming out. especially when I start to blow hard on it. So I'm gonna give it one final blow and see if I can get it lit. And so there you have fire, and so you'll just toss, you can just toss that right into your sticks and whatever and make your fire from this. So there's that. Let's go ahead and try the bullgrass here. And you see this whole bundle will flame up pretty big and it'll stay lit for quite a while. So there's a lot of energy in here that can get your fire lit. So we'll put that off to the side there. See if we can grab another coal out of here. There's a good little coal there. So we'll let that drop down in the middle. We'll poke a hole in there. Now, a coal that comes from an actual friction fire is going to be a little bit more fragile than these. And so you want to be real careful and gentle with them. Now, it's important that we practice this before we actually do a friction fire, because once we get that coal from the friction fire and we don't know how to do any of this, then we're going to be wasting that coal, because, you know, more than likely we're going to make some mistake here or there with the bundle. Alright, so we got flame. That's awesome. So I'm just going to toss that in before I burn my fingers off. Alright, so what we've got left of these is these palm fibers. And they're kind of coarse, so I'm not really sure exactly how this is going to turn out, because I've only heard about people using these, and this is actually my first time testing this out. So this is a pretty big coal, so this is kind of cheating, but this has been kind of difficult to get lit. Now be careful when you're doing this. If you blow too much, you'll get really lightheaded and start to get dizzy. And yeah, I'm getting dizzy right now. All right. Alright, so we're getting some fire going here. This is good. And there's how it's done. And I may be slurring my words because I'm getting kind of dizzy in here. So there's your fire. And that is that. So I just want to go over a few things that are really important with a friction fire. First, you want to make sure that your bundle is really fine. Also, you want to make sure that it's going to be big enough for your fire, and so that you're going to be able to grow that little coal in your bundle there. Also, you want to make sure that you practice this before you actually do a friction fire, because first time doing a friction fire, you're going to be really excited about that coal, and so you're just going to toss that coal in there. And actually, if you want to see me do this like for real with doing a friction fire, I did a night of survival in the woods, so you can check that out right over here. I'll put a link right here, and just click on that, and you'll be able to see that night of survival and how I did that. And so the tinder, so basically what you do is you get your coal from your friction, your bow drill or hand drill, put that coal in your bird nest or your tinder bundle, grow that little coal in there until you get flame. Have your sticks and things ready to get burnt. I like to use these palm fronds. These work really well. And then, so I like to make a little cave, stick that under there, and that flame will go up through there, and then it'll start building, so you can put bigger and bigger materials on there to really grow your fire. So go out, practice it, and make sure you can do it really well. And this is a way that nature gives us to make the entire fire. And so this is all stuff you can just go out in the woods and gather. Also, another factor is dryness. You want to make sure that everything is nice and dry. If it's damp, that dampness is just going to kill your coal, and I think that may have been something I was struggling with today. This is how to do it, and it's the way. It's been proven for thousands of years. People have made fire like this. And so this isn't a new concept, but it might be new to you just because we don't use this very often. And please, oh please, do not burn the woods down. We need our woods, so try not to burn them down. And as always, be responsible with the fire you make. Make sure you're in a fire pit, you're not building it on top of roots or anything. And make sure it's not going to be able to escape. You can see I've got dead leaves all over the place, so it's critically important that I have something to stop it from getting out. And don't burn wood that's going to shoot embers out, because an ember could fly out and get one of these leaves later. Maybe there's some grass or whatever. So make sure that your fire cannot get out. And so I'm going to sit with this fire until it goes out, or I'll put it out with some water, which I don't really ever do that. I usually just sit with the fire until it's out. But until next time, find a new way to appreciate nature.